Hi everybody, today is 20th of December. It's the anniversary of my dad's death. He's been passed away 1 year. And I thought, I always used to bake for my dad, and he used to, give me his honest opinion on everything. And I hadn't made he liked my cooking, and if in the road he didn't like it, he'd let you know. And I miss cooking for him. And this time of year, Christmas, I would have, been making stuff for him. And I thought, well, I haven't made a Christmas cake yet. I know it's 20th of December, but my husband wants a Christmas cake. He likes it. So I thought I'd have a go at making one out of this cookbook. I haven't made this recipe before. I've made Christmas cake before, but not this one. It's at a Grandma Abson's Traditional Baking Cookbook. I'll show you the book. And this recipe is a bit different because it says to put self-raising flour in, and I normally put plain in a Christmas cake. And it says to put golden syrup in as well as the black treacle. And it doesn't say put sherry or brandy in or out. It says to put in 1/6 of a pint of stout, which is 95 mils, and stout's like Guinness, so dark beer. Yeah, so I'll show you the book. This is the book. This is a picture of the lady. And this is the Christmas cake. It says you need an 8-inch cake tin, and these are the ingredients you need: 8 ounces of brown sugar, 8 ounces of butter, 1 tablespoon of black treacle, and 1 tablespoon of golden syrup she's put warmed, 5 beaten eggs, 9 ounces self-raising flour, 3 to 4 ounces of cherries. I need to get some cherries. 4 ounces of mixed peel, I've got that. And where it says 10 ounces of sultanas, raisins and currants, 10 ounces each of each raisins, sultanas and currants, I'm just going to use I've got some Aldi's mixed fruit that's been soaked in brandy, and I'm going to measure 30 ounces, so that's 3 lots of 10 ounce. 1 teaspoon each of cinnamon and mixed spice, need to get some of that. 2 ounces of mixed nuts, and 1 ounce of ground almonds, or 3 ounces of ground almonds. Well, I'm going to put 3 ounces of ground almonds in mine. And then we need 1/6 of a pint of stout, which is Guinness, and it's 95 mils. So I'm off to Tesco. Well, I'm going to have a cup of tea first, then I'm off to Tesco's to get cinnamon and mixed spice and a bottle of Guinness. Right, I'm back from Tesco's with my Guinness and my mixed spice, and I've accidentally picked up cumin instead of cinnamon, so I won't be using that. I've got to look at cupboard for some cinnamon. I'm using all that just mixed fruit instead of measuring it all out separately. This one is what I'm using, this brandy soaked mixed dry fruit from Aldi. It's nice, and it feels moist. Now these are 800 gram bags, and so I tell you now, I've used 1 full bag, and there's a little bit left in bottom there, look. So if you get 2 bags of this mixed fruit, you'll have enough to make this recipe. So I've creamed together my Lurpak butter and brown sugar. Now we've got to get the golden syrup and the treacle and put it in there put it in with the butter and sugar. Right, so I put 1 tablespoon of each of the golden syrup and black treacle in, and now I'm going to mix it together. Now we're going to crack 5 eggs in. Get them a little whisk. Add all that. Nine ounces of self-raising flour, she says. So she says add half of that. And to mix all that and add the spices as well. So let me check how much spices. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of mixed spice. Well, I can't believe it. I've looked all over and I can't find cinnamon anywhere, or nutmeg or oat, so I don't know where I put them. I'm not buying any more because I know I've got some somewhere, but I can't find any anywhere, so I'm not buying any more. I'm not going back out to Tesco's, so I'm just going to put 2 teaspoons of mixed spice in instead. And rest of flour. I can't believe that because I've looked everywhere and I know it's somewhere. Got a new kitchen and I've sorted out all my cupboards. And up there I've got containers with flavourings in, colourings, sprinkles, and stocks, cubes and stuff in their own container. I've sorted it all out. But I cannot find cinnamon, so 2 teaspoons of mixed spice instead. Right, that's all gone in. Just need to scrape round edges, get it all. My oven's on, and I've greased this tin, lined it, greased bull paper. Right, what's next? Almonds, cherries, and the fruit. Fruit. Three ounces of the ground almonds. And I forgot to buy cherries, and it said, which there's cherries in this brandy soaked fruit anyway. So I spent enough money, I'm not going out to get cherries and cinnamon. So it says how many cherries? It says 3 to 4 ounces of cherries, glacé cherries, so we haven't got that, so I'm going to put an extra 3 to 4 ounces of this fruit I've got left, which is basically what's left in bag, so that's even better. Just use 2 full bags of this. It's got cherries in it, then you don't have to buy the cherries, you don't have to buy the peel, you don't have to buy everything separate. Just all got it in one bag. Right, I've mixed it all together. Now this bit is weird. I've never put Guinness in a Christmas cake. It's 100 mils, that's not a lot. Oh God. Be no good working in a bar, would I? For a lead. Oh, what am I gonna do? I can't measure it right. Shit. Well, I'm gonna have to leave that to settle and see where it comes to. say that's 100 ml. Do you know, there don't seem a lot of spices in this. 2 teaspoons of spice. Right, I'll put that in. It's just that head bit. That should be right. Right, give that a stir. Right, give it a good mix. I want to say it's not going to be a cheap and cheerful recipe this, but it is going to be cheerful, but not cheap. But it is cheaper, I think, actually, doing it the way I've done it. Instead of buying all your currants and sultanas and raisins all separate and cherries just to get 2 bags of that fruit does make it cheaper. Right, I'm going to just break all this out. And don't forget, the fruit's actually already soaked in brandy, so you're not having to buy a bottle of brandy. And that Guinness is not expensive. So I actually think it is going to be cheap. Let's put it all in here. Because look at the size of that. Look at my hand. Look at the size of that. Look how deep it is. And it were only 2 bags of that Aldi's mixed fruit, some ground almonds, some flour. I put the pack spreadable instead of butter in it. That bit of Guinness, a little bit of spices, and a box of eggs. You need 5 eggs. You think how much you pay for a Christmas cake in Tesco's or Aldi's, but you think how small it is. Look at the size of this. So it's going to go in oven. What you got to do first, if you've got to pick it up and just drop it like that. Pick it up at both sides. I can't smell it down. Drop it, and that'll knock any air that holes that might be in. So it just all settles down, so it's like firm. Then the oven's nice and hot. So it's got to go in either gas mark 3 or 170 Celsius or 250 Fahrenheit for 3.5 hours, it says. 3 to 3.5 hours. Right. It in there. Can't believe I picked that up instead of cinnamon. I've never used it. I never am going to use it. Now I've just noticed she's put here on a different page. It's page 36. Wrap the cake in newspaper before it goes in the oven. But which I'm not going to do that. And I ain't got no newspaper. But she doesn't say it in this bit on recipe. So how would you know if you weren't flicking through and looking at other stuff? I think some people put foil around outside. I think the reason for that is to stop it going dark, like to give it a bit more protection from oven, stop it burning. I don't know, well, I'll leave it in and see what it goes like, and I don't know if I want to put some foil around outside later. It's in oven now, I'm not messing about. Is it Abson or Abson? Could be Granny Abson. Granny Abson, I don't know. I've just took it out of oven. After an hour and 40 minutes, I did turn the oven down from 170 to 150, and I left it in the oven for 3 hours and 50 minutes instead of 3.5. But I turned the oven right down because it was starting to, like, it was going to burn. And I covered it for the last hour in foil around the sides and on the top. So it looks okay. Smells nice. Just gotta wait for it to cool. Right, I took the cake out the tin and the edges looked a bit dry, the edges, so I've cut them off. This feels okay. I don't think I should have left it in for that bit longer, or oven should have been lower from the start really. But there's still tons of cake there. What I'm going to do is cover it in, I ain't got no apricot jam. I'm just going to eat, it's only for us, so I'm just going to cover it in strawberry jam, just so the marzipan sticks. Right, that's all covered. Now I've got 2 boxes of this marzipan, and I'm going to, you can either roll it out and just lay it over the whole thing, or the proper way is you're supposed to do, like, you know, get the tin, cut a piece out this size to put on top, and then you're supposed to do the sides separate and wrap it round. So I'm not sure which one to do. I think I'll do the top separate and then the sides. Right, so I need to gather that together. One for top, one for sides. Need to like get it going, soften that up, and then sprinkle out icing sugar to stop it sticking, and then just roll it to size. So just get on with that. Well, that's first block I've rolled out. We like marzipan, so we like it nice and thick. I just need to cut round this and then lay it on top. I love marzipan. And gather them back up, you can use them for decoration or put it towards going right sides of cake. And nick a bit off it. Or marzipan. Right. And you see this? Just lay it on top. It's a bit bigger because I cut some off sides. I'm just got to go outside now. Right, I've rolled that out. Best I could. Folded it over. Cut straight lines. Now the fun bit is got to wrap that round size of cake. That's okay. Like I said, I'll do our marzipan right thick because we love marzipan. That is like insanely thick to what you get. Right, and you see like this is too big because I cut the cake down a little bit because I thought the edges were dry. Right, so to sort that out, going to put icing sugar here. Bring the cake over. Oh, heavy. Right, then what I'm going to do is put the chopping board on top. You know, so this icing's touching there so it won't stick. And then I'm going to flip it over. There, like that. Sit it down. I'm going to flip it. I need a stand for my phone. Carefully putting pressure to hold them together. Right. Big bit of marzipan. Trim it. Alright, so I've flipped the cake back the right way round and I've put some ice and sugar on, rubbed it all in. Now that fits that perfectly. Now I'm going to leave it in the cupboard for a couple of days to dry out a bit before I ice it. Then as longer you can leave it longer is better till it's more dried out. But I'll probably end up icing mine Christmas Eve. So the icing bit will be a part 2. Okay. That's all for now.